Today's class, we will go for what is exception and how to handle an exception. Exception handling. So, what is exception? First, I will tell you one simple definition. What is an exception? Then, after, I will tell you along with the example. Exception is nothing but it is an unexpected event. Unexpected event, or it is unwanted event. Unwanted event which disturb regular flow of a program. Regular flow of a program is called exception. Okay. So what is an exception? Exception is it is an unexpected event or unwanted event. If that event is rise, then general flow of program is disturbed. Okay, this is called an exception. I will tell you one simple example. So here, you are coming to the college daily by your vehicle. You are coming to the college daily by your vehicle. First day, you have started your journey and go to the college, and you attend the classes at the college and coming back to your home. This is the task of you. This is your task. First day, you visited the college, you attend every class and coming back to home. Second day also, you go to the college, you attend all the classes and coming back to the home. And third day, you have exam. On the day, you have started your journey at your home, and after traveling half of the distance, then your bike is punctured. So here, if this event is generated, are you expected your bike will puncture? No, this is unexpected event. And are you expected to be perform this event? No, this is unexpected event and unwanted event. If it is generated, then what happened? Can you continue your remaining flow? Can you reach the college as you attend in previous classes? No, because this is unexpected event is generated which has disturbed your regular flow. This is one example for understanding what is the problem you face. So how this is generated? Can you expected this one before starting at your home? No. While traveling from your home to college, within this program, this is running, it is unexpectedly happened. Similarly, then what will you do? If the same problem, if you raise this one first time, then your regular flow is disturbed. On the day, problem has completed. Next day, while going to college, what do you test? Whether your tire is properly available or not. Or otherwise, while going from home to college, you will go with the extra tire. Going with the extra tire, why we are going with the extra tire? If this problem is rise one more time, then you immediately change this old tire which is punctured to new type, and you will continue the remaining flow properly. So in the last day, you forgotten to bring this extra type, but when you face this problem, you are coming with the extra type. This is called stepping. Okay. So why you are coming with this stepping? You have experienced with one event which has disturbed your regular flow. If your regular flow want to be continue properly, you are trying to resolve such type of problem with the extra type. This is called exception handle. Okay. What does this exception do? Which disturb your regular flow. To resolve this kind of problem, you try to handle that exception using extra time. So this is the way you need to handle. Similarly, you have started work again. Next day you went, next day you visited college. Again, one more day you have visited. And another experience you have faced that after traveling certain distance, your petrol completed. Can you expected this event again? No. This is also unexpected event. And are you expected to be perform this one? No. This is unwanted event. So these two you never expected. Then what happens? Again, your regular flow is disturbed. Are you clear? So how do you, can you solve this problem immediately at this place? No. Okay, on that day is completed. And next day, while going from home, what do you test? Whether you have sufficient petrol or not, you will test. Or otherwise, daily you will carry a 1 liter petrol bottle. So if this problem rise, immediately you will fill your petrol tank with the 1 liter bottle. Then what happened? You can reach your home. So previously you do not experience with the petrol completed, but the second time what happened? You are trying to handle if such type of event is generated. Are you clear? This is called handling exception. Okay. What is exception? If any unexpected event or unwanted event, what it does, it has disturbed your regular flow. So to resolve these problems, we need to go for handling that exception. So when do you handle that exception? If you are experienced one time. So similarly, while this is the real world example. So how can I apply the same thing in our program? So how do I apply? While you are executing a program, you have one of the statement. This statement will immediately generate a small event. This event, what happens? Immediately stops your program execution and remaining program never execute. These type of things are called as a exception. Okay. I will tell you one simple program where exception is generated and how can we handle that exception we need to learn. First one, I will write one simple program. So what is a arithmetic operators program? Very simple program. First, what I am taking, I am going to take two values, x value, and I am going to take y value. Yes. Next, I am going to print all arithmetic operator results. So x plus y I am executing. Next, print x minus y, right? Next, print x divided by y. Next, print x multiplication y. Next, print x to the power of y. You have modulus, you have another operators also available, but as of now, I will go for this one. Next, what can I do? I want to take these values dynamically from the end user. So how can I take? Simply, I am going to take integer value. So what is the data I have taken that need to be converted to the integer type? Next one, I am going to take, I am asking end user to give one value that can be taken by using the input function. So enter first integer I am asking. Next, similarly, input, enter second integer I am asking. Right. Like this, I have taken two values and I am going to perform this operation. Next, at last, simply I am printing my task has completed. This is not the mandatory line, but just I am writing this one to know whether this task has completed or not. Yes, I am running this program. Yes, which does not given any error, which is executing properly. I have given 10 value. Next, second value I am giving, 5 value I have given. Next, can I see every result along with the task as completed? Yes, this program is working fine. Next, I will execute. Is this program contain any error? Which does not contain any error. Next, again I am running. Next, it is asking me to give a value. I have given value as 0, first integer, second value as 10. Did I get any error? I got the result. It may be all zeros, but least bother whether this executed successfully or not, and did you reach the end of the line or not? Yes, I have reached. Working fine, very good. Next one, I am executing this program. First value 10 I am giving, second value 0 I have given. When I hit enter, what happened? Immediately 0 division error you get. Did you execute this one for previous case? No. So where did you get the error? In sixth line. What is the sixth line? I am trying to divide x value with the y. What is the x value? 10. What is the y value? 0. So 10 by 0 is nothing but infinite. This is the mistake. Okay. So did you observe this mistake earlier? No. What happens if unexpectedly, if I give this denominator value as 0, what is the problem it has generated? 0 division error. I am trying to divide the given numerator with the 0 value. So is it valid way of execution? No. So when this problem rise, what happened? Is this remaining part of program executing? No. Immediately it will stop at this point and remaining part of program is execution is stopped. Then what happened? So because of this small mistake, entire remaining program, it is not executing. Then how can we solve this problem? So did you face this kind of experience earlier? No. But this time I got this problem. Then how can we solve? So I don't want to stop my entire program execution. Only I want to do certain changes at this place and remaining part of program want to be executed without halting my program. So what happens when you divide with 0? Immediately it stops program execution. But are you expected to stop this one? No, I want to continue remaining part of program execution. Then what can I do? I have to handle these kinds of exceptions. Are you clear? So what is the exception you observe? 0 division error. So first one, I am going to note down this one. Next, I will tell you what are the different type of exceptions are there. So first one, 0 division error. When did I get this one? When we try to divide numerator with the 0. So this is one problem we have experienced while executing, while running this program. Okay. So is it expected thing? It is unexpected thing. Are you expected to be performed? Are you wanted to be performed this error? No. It is unexpected, unwanted. So is it disturb our regular flow or not? Yes, which has disturbed. How can I solve this problem? Then we have to go for a new mechanism that is for exception handling. Exception handling. So how can I handle this exception? So we have some keywords are there. We have to handle that exceptions using these things. First one, try. Second one, except. Third one, finally. Fourth one, rise. Fifth one, try, except, finally, rise, and else. So these are the different keywords are there. Using these things, we need to handle our exception. Okay. So let us go work with these two things, try and except, and we will go for remaining all one after other with a good example. So what is try? Try is nothing but it is a block of code. It is a block of code. What does this block of code contain? What are the lines of your program may generate an exception? That block of code we need to write inside the try block. Okay. What does this try block contain? Which contain statements. What does these statements do? It may rise exception. Okay. So if I go for this example, which line will generate the exception? This line. Yes or no? These lines we need to write inside this try block. Are you clear? Yes. If the program executes without any error, means if you give proper denominator value except 0, this program flow can execute properly. If unfortunately this denominator value is 0, then which is going to rise an exception, that is 0 division error. Okay, actually it is printing as a error, but this error is generated at the time of program running, so that we call these are the exceptions. So here, this line generated an exception which is 0 division exception. So these lines we need to write inside the try block. If denominator value is 0, this exception rise. If denominator value does not 0, then what happens? This program flow will be executes properly. So if it is 0, then immediately rise exception. That once exception is rise, immediately this except block will catch that one. Okay. So this is also a block of code. This block of code is used to handle exception. Okay, this is going to handle exception. Now I will tell you how to write these. First, we need to write a try block, followed by I will put the colon mark. Next, I will give indentation. So indentation followed by I will write some set of statement. Either you can write one statement or you can write multiple statements inside this one. Next, if unfortunately these statements rise an exception, immediately who is going to take care? Except is a block. This except block is going to handle that exception. So how can I write? Except followed by which exception it is going to be generated, that exception type I need to write. Exception type followed by colon. Next, you have to give the indentation. Next, you have to write the statements. These statements contain how to handle this exception. Right. Once it is completed, the remaining part of program you can write at this location. Okay. This is the syntax we need to use to handle the exception. Now I am going to write this program. So here, among these lines, which line has generated exception? The sixth line. So can I consider this one as a exception statement or not? Yes. So when it is exception statement, where can I write this code? Inside the try block. So here, what I am doing, follow to this x minus y. I am going to write a try. While writing try, you must write all the letters in the lowercase, colon. Next, what can I do? I need to give the indentation. This indentation is mandatory. Yes, this is the only line which is generating exception. Next one, what can I do? I have to write except. So which exception it has raised? Zero division error it has generated. So what is the exception it has generated? As it is, you need to write at this place. As it is, you need to write at this place and you will put the colon. Next, you need to give the indentation followed by what do you want to do when you have given 0, that you have to handle at this place. So simply I am going to print one message like you have given denominator as 0. So it is invalid operation like that. Simply I am printing one message. Okay, just if it is 0, then it immediately conveys to it immediately taken that raised statement will be taken by except and this message will be printed. Next, what happened? Remaining part of program is executes. Okay, so previously is it executed remaining part? No, immediately it has stopped. But right now this remaining flow will be executes without an error. Now we have to check whether it is working or not. Yes. So first I will give the valid values. So 10 value I have given and the second integer I have given 1. Is there any probability of generating exception? No. So every line will be executed. So first this line will execute. Second, this line will execute. Third, is it generate any exception? 10 by 1. So which is the valid statement? When it is valid, then what happens? This line will be executed. When which does not raise exception, your control never goes to this line. Next, it will continue the remaining part of your program. Now let us check whether it is executing or not. When I hit enter, yes, I can see all the results. Next, tell me what is the case which generate an exception. If I give 10, first I will give first number as 0, second number as 5. Please, can anyone tell? Is it raise an exception? Is it raise an exception? Which won't raise an exception because I am not giving any denominator value as 0. So even I can see the results without halting. But what I am going to do right now, please you check it once. I am running this program. I have given first value as 10 and second value denominator as 0. Then what happens? Is it raise exception or not? 10 by 0, which gives exception, immediately this except block will catch. Okay. So here when I hit enter, what is the message it has displayed? You have given denominator as 0. This except block is printed, followed by remaining things will be executed or not. Yes. X into y, 10 into 0, 0 it has printed. 10 to the power of 0, which is 1, 1 has printed, and remaining program is executed without error. So is this clear how this try and except is executing? Yes. Next one. So which exception we understood? How to handle zero division error is available, that we understood. Second example I will tell you. Next one. So I have a list. This list contains some set of elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 is available. Next, what I am going to take? I am going to print an element which I want to print an element which is present in the list. That element index I will give that respective element I am expecting. So here I am asking end user n equal to which index element that end user is expecting, that index I am going to take. So how I am going to take? Integer type. Index is always integer type. So input, enter an element, enter any index to know that position element. What I am asking? I am asking end user to give one index element. Index. If user give any index, that index position element I am going to print. This is my job. So what can I do? Once I know the element index, then I am going to ask user, I am going to print the value that is L of n. L of n is nothing but n is the given index. L is the list. From this list, I am going to print the nth index. Next, what can I do? Simply, I am going to print task has completed. This is the thing I am printing. If I run this program, yes, which is executing fine, which does not give any error. And it is asking me to give an index. I have given index as 3. Is it valid index? Yes, I am giving integer value. When I hit enter, I can see what is the element presented third index, which is 40. 0, 1, 2, 3, third index which contain 40. So it has executed successfully. Next one, I am going to run the same program one more time. So here I am going to give index as -4. So is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? This is also valid. Negative index also available for list. But how it will be count from left side? This is -1, -2, -3, -4. What is the element present at -4 index? 30 is available. When I hit enter, I can see 30. Yes, this is working fine. Next, I will go for another index. This index is 100. Which index element I want to print? 100 element index. But when I hit enter, what happens? Index error it has printed. Why it has printed index error? Because the size of my list means which contain only 6 number of elements. So what is the minimum index it has? 0. What is the maximum index it has? 5. But which index I am printing? 100 index. So is it inbound index or outbound index? This one is the outbound index. So when you try to access an element which is out of range, then what happens? This immediately stops execution. Where did you get error? In the fourth line, I got error. So when you get completed, we cannot see. So what is the next exception you identify? Index error. When do you get index error? When you try to access an element, if that respective index is not available, means if your index value exceed the range of your list or tuple, then it has given an error as index error. So what is the index error? Is it unexpected error or expected error? It is unexpected error. What is that? Index error. When you get this one, when we try to access element which is out of range. Okay, so let us go for how to handle this one. So how do we handle this one? By using try and except. So let us go for this program. So among this one, which line has given error? This line 4. This line has given an error. So when it exception rise, what happened? Is this executed remaining flow? No. Then how can I handle this one? By using try and except. So how can I write try? First I will write a try colon. Next I will take the indentation from this one. Next, which line has given error? This line has given error. Then how do you handle this one? By using except. Followed by what can I write? Which exception it is rising. That exception name I am going to write. So which exception it has rise? Index error. So I will write this exception type followed by this except index error it has given. Right. When it return index error, what action you need to be performed, that you have to write at this location. So I am not taking any action at this place, but I am giving the proper information to end user as print. Okay, the given index which is out of range, like that I am saying. And if you want to convey what is the maximum range you want to give, that you can also give. So here your index value should be less than which value I need to give. So how many elements are there? 6 elements are there. But always list contain only 6 elements? No. So I want to get this value dynamically. Then how can I take? If the list size is increases, then my number should be increased. If the list size decreases, my number should be decreased. So which method used to know how many elements were present? Len function. Len, and which object it has, that object you need to be supplied at this place. Now I am going to run this program. When I run this one, so I am going to give the index which is out of range. So let us see what is the message it has given. What happened? List index out of range. During handling of the exception, another exception is occurred. What is that exception? One more time I will run. Sorry, here what I did, I have used the plus, I have used the I have to use the comma. So when I run this one, I have given 100, which is out of range. When I hit enter, what happens? The given index which is out of range, your index should be less than 6. So next what happened? When the end user executing the second time, he tried to give the value. That value is less than 6. Now I am going to run. I will give 5. Yes, I can see the element. Is this clear? So what is the next exception you understood? Index error. Next, third one. The same program, I am going to generate another exception. Let us observe what is that. So when I run this program, it is asking me to give the index. Now you observe carefully. So which type it is taking? Integer type. By default, input will accept the string type. That string I am going to convert to the integer type. But while giving this index, I have given 1.5. 1.5 is valid index. It is invalid index. But before indexing, you observe this one carefully. Input function, if you give anything which accept like a which type? String type. So here, while learning typecasting, can I convert which is present in the string with the float value? Can you convert it into integer type? We cannot. Okay, this one has given an error. So let us check whether it is working or not. So which number I have given? 1.5 I have given. So is it written error? No. But when I hit enter, observe here what is the error it has given? Value error. What is that value error? Actually, I need to give the number that must be the integer type of number, but I have given a wrong number. Okay, wrong type I have given. When I give wrong type, what happens? It has given value error. So what is the exception you observe? Value error. Value error. This is another type of exception. While writing this one, you must this one as a capital. So it rise exception when we give invalid number while reading dynamical. Okay, so if I give the wrong value, then it has given one error, that is the value error. So which line has given value error? This line has given a value error. Then how can I solve this problem? How can I solve this problem? So here I am not writing this one. Next class, next example, I am going to tell new method. So here, what is the value that end user has given? That I am going to print as it is. The given integer value is what is the end user has given, that I am going to print. So here I am not taking any list at this place. So n value I am taking, and what is the value end user has given, that I am printing. Next I am going to continue the remaining part of my program. So here which line will give us error? This first line give us error. So try. So these two lines I am going to write inside the try block. Next I am going to write except which error it has written, value error, value error. Next, is it valid way? Next, what I am going to write, read, you have given invalid type of value. This is the simple message I am going to convey to the end user. Okay. So here you have to raise one more question. Sir, previously which line has given error? Only that line you have written. But why did you write this line at here? Okay. So I am going to tell you what happens when I do not write this one at this place. And can you tell me, is it valid program? This is invalid because when I write try, I should give the indentation. But did I give the indentation? I did not give the indentation. Next, what can I do? Simply, I am going to give the indentation at this place. Okay. Next, I am going to run this one. When I run, so it is asking me to give the index value. Actually, I am taking any integer number. So when I give 10, what is the number I have given that has appeared and task has completed? Yes, this is working fine. But when do I get error? If I give 1.5, so is it valid input? Invalid input. Next, when I try to run this one, oh my God, what happened? 1.5 I have given. When I hit enter, so it has converted that you have given invalid type of value. Next, a task has completed, which is executed perfectly. Here, just now I said, sir, what happens if I do, why did you write this one at this place? Previously, you have written only line which is going to generate an exception. Okay, so I will tell you what happens when I write this one out of this program. So here, if this line does not give any error, then what happens? Valid n value you will get. That n value will be print at this place. Now I am going to run this program. I have given 5. So I can see the result as 5. But if I give the wrong input at this place, 1.5. So is it valid? Invalid. When it is invalid, what happens? Immediately exception will be raised. When exception rise, directly it will jump to this statement. It is executed. After execution, my program willing to print this line because I have written this line followed to this one. So what happened? This is trying to execute, but while executing, is this line know what is n variable? It doesn't know because this line, this n value is failed while taking the number. So that again you will get one more exception at this place. One more exception will be raised at this place. So to avoid that one, I want to print this n value only when this statement is valid. And I don't want to print this line when the statement is error. Okay, so that instead of writing this one out of this block, I have included at this place. Now you observe this one. What happens? I am running this one. Yes, it is asking me. I have given 1.5. When I hit enter, what happened? Name error I got. Okay. So again, is it expected? It is unexpected. Why? The name n is not defined at this place. Are you clear? Then what is the suitable thing you need to do? Either you have to write this one at this place. This line, you need to cut it and write at this place. This program is running perfectly. 10, yes, given value is 10. If I give 3, is it works? Is it generate exception or? Yes. What happened? What is the actual value I need to give? I need to give 3, but numeric 3 I have to give. But which type I have given? Stringer. Can you convert string character to integer type? It is not. So obviously again one more error. Which type of error? Value error. Then what happens? Immediately except block will take care of this one and it has printed this one. Okay. So this is the exception it will generate and you are going to handle using this one. So what is the another exception you have seen just now? Name error. When did you get the name error? When did we get the name error? If we access any variable which is not defined. Okay, not only variable, if any object you want to access, but if it is not defined, which has given named error. This is also which error? Which thing? Exception only. Now you observe whether this is going to be identified at the time of compilation or. So here, n variable. So first value 1 I am taking, which is input type. Enter integer I am taking. So name error I am going to show. Enter input I am taking. Next value 2. This is float I am taking. Input enter float I am taking. Next simply I am going to print the given integer is v1. Print the given float value is v3 I am printing. Okay. Next, simply I am going to print task has completed. Right. Is it valid error? Invalid error. Is it valid program? Invalid program. Definitely it is invalid. Why it is invalid? I have created a variable. This is v1 and v2. But what happens? I am trying to access a variable which is not defined. Now I will run this program. Whether this program is syntactically valid or not. Yes, this program is syntactically valid. But when I run this one, what happens? It is asking me to enter integer or not? Yes. So is it given any error? No error it has given. I am giving value as 9. Next, I am giving float value which is 8.6. But what happens? Name error generated. In which line it has generated? 5th line. When it is generated in the 5th line, is it continued my remaining part of program? It is not continued. Then how can I solve this problem? We need to handle this exception. How can I handle this exception? What are the statements are generating exception? That exceptions we need to write inside the try block. Then what I am doing? Just I am writing try. These 2 lines I am going to include inside this. Next, except. I am giving indentation. Except which error it has generated? Name error. Which exception? Named error exception. Next, what I am going to print? The given variable name and accessing variable names are mismatched. This is the simple message I am going to convey. Next, the remaining part of program is task as completed. Now I can see the task as completed. Now you run this program. Yes, it is asking me integer number 10 I have given, 10.5 I have given, and when I hit enter, what happened? The first line v1 value has printed as 10 because I have given 10. But while it is printing v3 value, did I create v3 variable? No. Then what happens? Immediately named error it has generated. And you can see the proper message. The given variable name is name and accessing variable names are mismatched. I can see this one and remaining flow is executed properly. So is it clear? Right. Next exception. You need to handle the other exception which I am going to convey. So here I have a string s equal to Hyderabad is there. So how many characters which contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters are there. Yes, it is working fine. Next, I want to access only one character from this one. Then what can I do? We will go for indexing concept. So what is the minimum index I can give? Every indexing will begins from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters I can 8 index I can give. So S of 7. So last but one A I can see. S of 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 I can see E. But S of 100, is it available? No. Can you tell what is the, is it written error or not? Is it written error or not? Yes, this will return error. So when I hit enter, which error it has written? Index error. Did you see this index error earlier or not? Yes. When did you get index error? When we try to access any character or any list element which is out of bound, then it has given index error. Is it work only for string and list? No, which works for tuple also. Okay. So index error we have seen like this: file not found error and file does not exist error. Like the different type of exceptions were available. So we will observe these all exceptions in the coming class, and we try to handle that exceptions by using try and except. Next one. So we'll go for remaining concepts in the coming class. Okay, guys, you can leave the class. Bye.